Try and play it in with his left foot. Here it comes, in towards the penalty area, towards the back stick, and there's Clark! Preston have scored with just over 3 minutes to go, and it's Tom Clark who gets his first North End goal.
Good day, listeners, and welcome to our English Championship preview, kindly sponsored by GG Gaming. I'm your host, Alex Byrne, and we kick off on Friday with Brentford versus West Brom. Brentford are fourth, but 8 points behind the automatic promotion places, but they have won 8, drawn 2, and lost 1 of the last 11 home league appearances. West Brom are top and 7 points above third place Fulham, while they have won 8, drawn 4, and lost 1 of their last 13 away league fixtures. Both teams to score at 7.5 to 10 and over 2.5 goals at even money. They look the right play. And I also fancy Brentford to score a couple of goals. So Brentford to score over 1.5 goals at 13 to 10 is worth an interest. On to Preston versus Cardiff City. Preston are 6th despite winning only 1 of the last 6 league fixtures, but they have the division's 4th best home record. Cardiff City beat Leeds United 2-0 at home last Sunday, and while they were outplayed for most of the match, their German striker Robert Glatzel, who scored the second goal, looked dangerous at all times. Goals look a formality here, so both teams to score at 8.5-10, that looks the right play. Well, I like the over 2.5 goals market at 11-10, and I'll be backing Preston to score over 1.5 goals at 14.5 to 10. My anytime goal scorer is Robert Glatzel at 22 to 10, but be careful and please check the team sheets before having a bet. Swansea hosts Luton Town. Swansea beat Middlesbrough 3-0 away last Saturday to move into 9th place, and they're only 1 point outside the playoff places. Luton's 1-1 home draw with Preston last week makes it 1 defeat in their last 7 league encounters, but away from home, they've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 4 of their last 6. I think Swansea City are good things, and 73 to 100 will have my money, while the -1 handicap at 18 to 10 is also worth looking at. Swansea City to score over 2.5 goals is 8 to 10. Well, I like the look of Swansea to score over 2.5 goals at 24 to 10. That looks great value to me. On to Barnsley versus Millwall. Barnsley are second bottom, but only 4 points from safety, while they've won 4 of the last 6 league matches, and they even beat informed QPR 1-0 away last Saturday. Millwall are only 3 points off the playoff places, despite winning only 2 of the last 10 league encounters, but fortunately for them, those 2 victories came away from home. There should be goals aplenty here, so I'm going both teams to score at 8.5 to 10, and likewise 11 to 10 over 2.5 goals market. I fancy Byrne to score over 1.5 goals at 17 to 10. On to Derby County versus Reading. Derby beat Millwall 3-2 away last Saturday to move 3 points outside the playoff places. They've won 5 and drawn 2 of their last 7 at home, and they have the championship's 2nd best home record. Reading have won 3, drawn 2, and lost 1 of their last 6 fixtures, which has moved them 6 points above the relegation zone, and they look fairly safe. Derby is my best bet of the weekend at 11 to 10. They will have most of my money. I can't believe that -1 handicap is 3 to 1, while Derby to score over 1.5 goals is 11 to 10. Derby to score over 2.5 goals is 7 to 2. Which to me looks a great price. Don't despair on Reading. They are capable of scoring. So the Derby to win and both teams to score looks worthwhile at 7 to 2. On to Birmingham City versus Hull City. Birmingham drew 0-0 at leaders West Brom last Saturday, but they were totally outplayed. Their last 6 league encounters have seen 5 draws and 1 defeat, but worryingly, they've only won 1 of their last 11 at home. Hull City are in even worse form. They've lost their last 5 league matches, while their last 12 has seen 2 draws and 10 defeats. Birmingham should win, but 7.5 to 10 looks too short. So if I'm going to have an interest in the bet, I'm going to chance Birmingham to win on the handicap at 2-1. Charlton Athletic host QPR in a London derby. Charlton surprisingly beat Hull City 1-0 away last Saturday to move 1 point above the relegation zone, but they have lost 4 of their last 6 league games. QPR were on a 5-match unbeaten run until they lost 1-0 at home to Derby, but they struggled away from home recently, winning 1, drawing 2, and losing 5 of their last 8. Unless Charlton park the bus, which I don't think they can afford to, there has to be goals in this encounter. Both teams to score at 7-10 and over 2.5 goals at 8.5-10 look major players. Well, I fancy Charlton to score over 1.5 goals at 18.5-10. The big game of the weekend in the Championship on Saturday especially is Leeds United versus Fulham. Leeds were the better side despite losing 2-0 at Cardiff City last Sunday, while in their last 5 home league outings, they've won 4 and lost 1. Fulham were beaten 2-0 at home by Brentford last week when they conceded 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. But fortunately for them, their last 5 away league games has seen them win 1 and draw 4. Leeds are no doubt the better side, but 73-100, it looks a bit too short for me. But as long as they don't get beat, it'll be a creditable result. So with that in mind, I'm chancing Fulham to win or draw at 11-10. But remember, this is the toughest match in the Championship. On to Stoke City versus Middlesbrough. Stoke City are unbeaten in the last 5 league games, while at home, they've won 4 of their last 5. Middlesbrough fired their manager on Tuesday after a run of 1 win and only 12 league encounters. While the new manager Byrne is always a worry to me, I still fancy Stoke City, so I'll be taking 12-10, while the -1 handicap looks great price at 7-2. And over 1.5 Stoke City goals at 15-10 will have my money as well. On to the Lancashire derby between Wigan Athletic and Blackburn. Wigan beat Huddersfield 2-0 away last Saturday to continue their unbeaten run, which now stretches to 7 league games. Blackburn climbed to 8th after beating Bristol City 2-1 at home, and while they've only lost 2 of the last 15 league games, they've only lost 1 of the last 5 away from home. Both teams are in good form, and I think the draw at 22-10 looks the right call. Both teams to score at 9.5-10 looks worth an interest, but the over 2.5 goals at 13-10, that looks a slightly better play. On to Sunday, where Bristol City hosts Sheffield Wednesday. Bristol City have drawn 2 and lost 4 of their last 6 league fixtures, but they did play 3 of the top 4 teams. Sheffield Wednesday have only won 1 of their last 11 league matches, while away from home, they've drawn 2 and lost 3 of their last 5. Bristol City are out of form, but Sheffield Wednesday are even worse. So I'll be taking the 16-10 Bristol City. I think City to score over 1.5 goals at a shade under 15-10 looks a good bet. Well, I can't believe the price. So over 2.5 goals, Bristol City at 5-1. That looks a great value bet. Last but not least, Nottingham Forest hosts Huddersfield Town. Nottingham Forest are 5th, but they've only won 1, drawn 4, and lost 1 of their last league fixtures. While worryingly at home, they haven't scored in their last 3 home games. Huddersfield lost 2-0 at home to Wigan last Saturday and remained 1 point above the relegation zone, while their last 7 away league games has seen them lose 5 of them. This is a big ask for Nottingham Forest, especially having not scored in their last 3 home games. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think 12-10 is a good price. A Nottingham Forest clean sheet at a shade under 15-10 looks interesting, but I'm going to rather chance Nottingham Forest to score over 1.5 goals at 14-10. That ends our first Championship preview. Have a safe and happy punting weekend. Regards. Stay safe.